Hi, I'm Neha. Nice to meet you. So I'm really excited to be a panelist on this amazing tech series. So super excited. Okay, so a little bit about myself. I am an incoming freshman at Cornell, and I am planning on majoring in computer science, and I'm super into STEM, and I've been heavily involved through since middle school, and I hope to carry that on into college and into my future. In terms of comp sci, I've always been interested in going into innovations, that's entrepreneurship and research, just being on the forefront of exciting change, like on new emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, cloud computing, all that stuff, like stuff that's going to really change the future in like 20 years. But to be like, it's all starting to come together now, so that's really exciting. So let's get to the questions here. Okay, so first we have, okay, how to tailor your extracurriculars depending on your major. So I'm just going to focus on STEM here. So if you're in comp sci like me or engineering in general, then you definitely want to have a strong math background. No matter what you do in STEM, it's always very important to have a strong math background. Like for computer science, for example, coding is actually very simple, but it's the algorithms and like those fundamentals from math that's really going to carry you. So for me, I took all the advanced math courses that I had at high school. So that's a way you can build your background in terms of courses. So that's like stuff you do at school. And outside of school, there's definitely clubs and competitions. I know there's so many math competitions, so definitely look into that. Everything is in your community. It's already available to you, so don't worry about not being able to pursue an opportunity, because honestly, just like reach out to someone who is an upperclassman in your community and they'll be able to guide you through it. Just having a mentor who has been there where you are right now is really helpful, and it took me a lot longer to realize that, but hopefully you're one step ahead now. So there's something that if you're in science, like in medicine or somewhere along the healthcare line, then you definitely need to have a strong emphasis on volunteering. So if you're going into med school, then you need to have 2 tracks of volunteering. So the first track is just going to be regular volunteering. That can be tutoring, that can be helping out at your local rec center, anything. So something that's consistent that you've been doing for multiple years, and something that you should have a leadership position in, even if it's small, just like something that shows that you're into helping people. And I mean, you should be into helping people if you're going into healthcare, but something that just demonstrates that is going to be really helpful. And another track of volunteering, that should be your science-related volunteering. So whether that's helping out at a hospital or, again, like in your rec center, something that is related to your major directly, those are the 2 main volunteering tracks you need to have. And like that's going to build like a strong foundation for your extracurriculars. And just remember, just like having one strong extracurricular is going to open up so many new opportunities for you, because as long as you have like one thing that you can ping off of, like opportunities are just going to come at you like as you go on. Okay, next is, okay, so how to tailor your resume based on your major. So this is actually pretty simple. So if you're in tech, then you definitely want to have like a very simple resume, because most of the time when you're applying to internships, computers are what's going to be looking through your resume. They're going to be trying to find keywords. So if you're applying to an internship, definitely look through the job description and use keywords that they put in the job description in your resume. Try to scatter them around, because that's going to show that you're the ideal candidate for this position. A lot of people, like what I used to do is they would just like resume spray. So they just send out their resume to like every single internship without tailoring it. And like, that's not the way to go. You need to tailor your resume, like, and that's also going to include like coursework. Just like if you're into comp sci like me, you're gonna want to have your math courses and then your comp sci courses. That's all you need for coursework. But if you're into science, obviously definitely include your science work, and APs are going to be like really helpful here. You don't necessarily need to use your score or your GPA, even for that matter. Just saying that you did the challenge and you took the course is going to be enough to propel you. So there's definitely that. And if you're in computer science or in entrepreneurship, like somewhere in that field of STEM, then you definitely want to have a project section on your resume. So this is going to be personal projects, and it's probably going to include like a link to your portfolio on GitHub or like a personal website. Anything that's just going to show that like you've been actively involved in like doing your own thing in STEM, not just like going to other organizations, but like also like something to show that you're a self-starter. You're also going to want to have work experience, and then leave extracurricular experience. Your work experience is your main thing. That's the one. That should be your biggest section on your resume. Your work experience is going to be your paid experience. So even if you did an internship, if it's unpaid, then it should go under um, it should go under extracurricular or leadership experience, or just like any other category titles, because work experience exclusively is for paid experiences. And it's fine if you don't have that, but definitely like you're going to be able to build that up once you get jobs. So speaking of which, great segue. As for jobs, look in your own community, because I went to the local places in my town and they were willing to hire high schoolers. If you're going to big retail places like Gap at the mall or like any other place, like they usually want people with more experience, and as a high schooler you probably don't have that much experience, and like neither did I. But if you want to get a job, you need to look in your own community. Like that's the biggest theme out of all of this. Look in your own community, because there's so many opportunities there that go overlooked. But if you're able to pick up on them, then you can not only like build experience, but you're able to show that you're like someone who really values their community, and like that's gonna go a long way in terms of like college apps and like internships and all of that. And if you're looking for jobs and internships in college. So in college, most colleges have co-op programs. Basically, this means that for one semester or like for an alternating number of semesters, you're going to spend like one semester in college doing the courses, all of that. And then in one semester, you're going to spend at a company, like one of the partner companies with your college, and you're going to get a job there. You're going to probably get paid, and you won't have to pay tuition. And it's a great way for you to build experience, because what they're going to do is they're probably going to rotate you in a bunch of different positions, so like HR, marketing, tech, whatever. And you're going to be able to get like a really good feel of that company. And by the end of like your graduation, you're probably going to get a really good job offer from them. And like, I mean, if you're really looking into like getting a career like right away, then like that's definitely the way to go. Co-ops are a great way to build experience. But again, like there's so many college internship programs for students, like especially like I know there I know there's like there's the Google Step program, there's like Microsoft Explore, there's like so many programs. Like if you just Google them, you will be able to find them. And like again, like your college is going to have all those opportunities for you, so don't be afraid to again look within that community. So whether it's your community or like your college's community, whatever, like you're gonna do fine, because you will have like you won't be looking too far, you'll be looking like right where you need to. And yeah, so my tips on internships is definitely don't stretch yourself out. I applied to a ton of internships, but and like I go in with the mentality that I'm only gonna get like 1 out of 20, which is like relatively like true. So, but again, like be really careful. Just like don't do it for the sake of doing it. Definitely do it because you want it or you think it's going to build experience. And definitely don't do it if you think you're not going to be able to give it 100%. If you think you need to step back and just take some time before you go into another project, then go for it. Because again, like internships are for you to build experience, and if you don't think you're going to gain valuable experience from an internship, then there's really no point pursuing it. So make sure like it fits you. Like all of this is about tailoring stuff to you. So guys, like you got this. Be be positive, be careful, and keep that in mind. Okay. See ya.